Hey everybody, welcome back to today's episode of Dinner with the McIntyre's. We are on episode 4. Today we're doing Avocado Detox Farro Bowl with cucumber and Miso-Ginger Vinaigrette. Your box comes with 2 green onions, an avocado, 3/4 cup semi-pearled farro, 1 Persian cucumber, 4 ounces of grape tomatoes, 1 fluid ounce of rice vinegar, 1 tablespoon of chopped ginger, 1 tablespoon of miso paste, and 2 ounces of baby arugula. The things that we'll need today is olive oil, salt, pepper, a small pot, wire mesh strainer, 2 mixing bowls. What you need to know before you cook. Come on, work with us today. Thoroughly rinse produce and pat dry. The ingredients used more than once is your green onions. Check the avocado for ripeness. If it's unripe, close in a paper bag, either alone or in a banana or with a banana, apple, tomato, or let it sit on the counter for a couple days. So our first step is to cook our farro. We're going to bring it to a boil with water and salt. Then we're going to reduce it to a simmer, cover, and cook until tender, 18 to 22 minutes. Then we're going to drain it in our strainer. And then while this is cooking, we're going to prepare our ingredients. So I'm just going to start off by turning the heat on. This isn't wanting to turn for some reason. We're going to turn the heat on in our pot. We've already got our water and our salt into the pot, so it's good to go. So to prepare our ingredients, we need to trim the cucumber and cut into quarter rounds. Have the tomatoes lengthwise, trim and thinly slice green onions at an angle, keeping the white and green portions separate. All right. So let me grab a bowl here. All right. We are going to start with our little cucumber here. We're going to make it into 1/4-inch rounds. So I'm just using my mandolin slicer here. I do not have the best knife skills, so I cheat and use my slicer. Once it gets to where I worry about my safety, I'll just put the handle on. There's our cucumbers cut and ready to go. They want the tomatoes cut lengthwise. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put my Farro in. I guess that would help, wouldn't it? Silly me. Alright, so I'm just going to give this a quick little stir to make sure that it's all incorporated. Alright, now I can go back. If you do not have a countertop like mine, I would suggest using a cutting board. Oh. Because you don't want to cut your countertops. Mine is a faux wood top, so it does not get nicked. And then we've got our green onions. They're nice and halved on our tomatoes. Now, they want you to trim and thinly slice the green onions on an angle. It is hard to cut a green onion. Also, something that you need to know, this end right here, you can actually plant this in some water and it will grow. And then in 5 to 7 days, you just put it in some soil, and then it will sprout up for you. So that way you don't have to keep buying green onions all the time. You can actually reuse your green onion. So as you can see, the Farro is boiling. So they say once it starts to boil, you want to reduce it down to a simmer for 18 to 22 minutes. And then you drain it. So we're going to go back to preparing. It's part of the tomato. As you can tell, I changed the angle here. Since I'm left-handed, it makes it easier to cut this way. Green onions, in my opinion, are very hard to cut. To me, they're very temperamental. So this over here is what we consider the green. Yes, okay, so it's not completely thinly sliced. But I'm not a master chef either, so. There's our greens. And these are considered white. So we're just going to set those aside. Now it says to prepare the avocado. So for the avocado, they want you to have it and remove the pit. So I do not have an awesome avocado tool. So I just put the knife in, go around the pit, twist. Yes, I know this is bad for your knife, but I lock it and there's the pit. Now, I have heard that you can use the pit and grow an avocado. I have no idea if that is true, but I think I will check it out and see if that's something that can be done, because it would be really cool to have that. Now, once we've released the pit, they want you to scoop out the flesh and cut it into half dice. So, this avocado is not super squishy, so I can just go in and peel it out just like that. Super easy. I would rather do it this way than getting a spoon. Because it literally just peels right out of there, and then ta-da! You're good. Okay. So they want you to cut them into a half-inch dice. So, to me, this looks good. I like big slices of avocado. Alright. So, our avocado is prepped. So, all of our components are done and ready to go. You got your cucumbers, your avocados, your tomatoes, your greens. So I'm just going to put these back here. Alright, so next it says to toss your salad. No, that is not one of those references. Okay, so combine your cucumbers, tomatoes, avocados, your arugula, and your white portions of green onions in a mixing bowl. There is our arugula. Now we're going to toss in the cucumber. Our tomatoes. Avocado. The white portions of our green onions. That is everything for the toss. Now, to do the dressing, you want your rice vinegar, which is 1 fluid ounce. We have 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So you can do the generic brand of EVOO. Or we have a store here in town called Heavenly, and they do olive oils and vinegars. This is a Tuscan herb and infused olive oil, which is awesome stuff if you are doing a Italian-based dinner. But we're going to use the other stuff this time because I don't want to give this a Italian feel. We want to use our 1 tablespoon of chopped ginger. That automatically comes chopped, which is amazing. Because I honestly would have no idea how to prepare ginger. We have our miso paste. That's what miso paste looks like. It came out easily. And you want 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Oops, missed the trash can. So we're going to say approximate. So we're going to mix this all up. Goodness me, that pepper. And no, I don't sneeze on my hands. That would be gross. I am just mushing the ginger up to get it to emulsify. Oops. Now this has a wonderful smell to it. This is something that I would not have just prepared on my own, just because it would have felt a little too intimidating to me. So I'm glad that I tried it. I'm guessing the Farro you would get at a health food store. because I've never seen it at my local Hy-Vee. So they say to stir it until the miso is completely dissolved. You can still see that there's still chunks of it here. Okay. So I'm just going to pour this over this. You want to make sure that you get everything coated really well. All right, and there is the mix. Take a towel here and wipe the counter off. I made a little bit of a mess. Stirring our Farro. Whoa, camera's going down. So some of the water has, well, most of the water has evaporated. So I'm going to add a little water to it. Because it's not quite done. So we'll just mix it up a little bit and we'll continue to let this cook. So when you plate this, you're going to want your farro on the bottom with your salad topping on the top. Now, I went ahead and just put all of the dressing inside the bowl, but they say that you can drizzle it on there once you get everything plated, and then the half on the side, the other half of the dressing. But in this house, we like dressing, so I just combined it all together. So that was my personal spin on it. Now, adding the water as I did, it brought the temperature down. So while you're waiting on your farro, you can get your plates down. You can put your dishes in the dishwasher. You can do whatever you would like. I'm going to add 2 more minutes to this just because we turned down, or we cooled everything down when we put that in there, the water in there. So I'm just waiting on it to get back up to temperature. Farro kind of has the consistency, I would say, of your oats. It's very meaty, very hearty. It doesn't taste like meat, but it's nice. It's not as small as quinoa, but I would say that it's a great source of protein and stuff for vegetarians or somebody who just wants a lighter meal. All right. So I'm going to take this over and drain it, and then we're going to come over and plate. So as you can see, I have a small strainer that I set just on top of my pot. So that way I can get all the water out. And I am just taking my spoon and just scooping the farro into the bottom of the bowl. So you're still going to have that water drip out. All right. So now that we have our Farro in, you just take your mixture and just scoop some on the top. Now there's definitely enough of this left to do something else with it. So I may put it in a tortilla and use it in a tortilla. Just because there is a whole nother serving here left over. But that is for another video. So here is our version. Oh, and you can take your green, the rest of your greens here, and put it on top as the garnish. So there is our version of the Avocado Detox Farro bowl with cucumbers and Miso-Ginger vinaigrette. There we go. Done by Home Chef. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoy what you're seeing, go ahead and comment, share, and subscribe down below, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.